It wasn't the professional smile of a doctor, but something warmer, personal, something different and new. The way her hand lingered on my wrist when she took my pulse, the way her eyes met mine for an extra second when she said goodbye, the gentle way she smiled when I entered her office. One night, after a late appointment, she offered to walk me to my car. It's dark. Portland is safe, but even so. We walked through the parking garage. Our footsteps echoed. Amara, can I ask you something personal? Yes. Do you have someone? Dating, I mean. It's been 2 years since Karim. I stopped walking. No, I can't. I can't imagine. Because you're not ready. I can't be your doctor anymore. Those were the words that shattered my world and simultaneously made it whole again. Dr. Mary Crowley stood in her office at Portland Medical Center, her hands trembling as she held my patient file. The woman who had saved my life twice was now telling me she couldn't save me a third time. Why? I whispered, my accent thick with Syrian inflections, my hands instinctively pressing against my chest where my damaged heart beat too fast. Did I do something wrong? No, Amara. She closed her eyes, took a breath. When she opened them again, I saw something I'd never seen in the 18 months she'd been my cardiologist. Vulnerability, fear, desire. You did nothing wrong. I did. I crossed a line I swore I'd never cross. She walked around her desk, stood so close I could smell her perfume, something clean and subtle, like rain on cedar. When you collapsed in that grocery store parking lot and they brought you to my ER, I saw a woman who'd survived a war, who'd crossed an ocean with a 4-year-old daughter, whose heart was literally broken, but whose spirit wasn't. Her voice dropped to almost a whisper. I saw the most beautiful, courageous person I'd ever met, and I knew, right then, with your EKG showing dangerous arrhythmia and your daughter crying in the waiting room, I knew I was in trouble. Dr. Crowley? Mary, please, after everything, call me Mary. Mary, I said, testing her name on my tongue for the first time without the formal title. I don't understand. I'm transferring you to Dr. Peterson. He's excellent. Better than me, actually, for your specific condition. She pulled a piece of paper from her desk, a transfer form already filled out. Because if I keep treating you, I'll lose my medical license. And if I lose my license, I can't help anyone. But Amara, she looked at me with those gray-blue eyes that had watched over my healing. If you're no longer my patient, then there's nothing stopping me from telling you the truth. That I'm in love with you. That I have been for months. That every consultation where I had to maintain professional distance was torture. My heart monitor, the one I wore constantly, started beeping. Tachycardia. Not from my condition this time. From something else entirely. My name is Amara Al-Hassan, and I never expected to survive. Not the bombs that destroyed my neighborhood in Aleppo, not my husband Karim dying in my arms as our apartment building collapsed, not the journey across Turkey with my daughter Layla clinging to my back, not the freezing Mediterranean crossing where I thought we'd both drown, but I survived. We survived. We made it to Greece, then Germany, then through a refugee resettlement program to Maine, Portland, and United States of America, land of opportunity and second chances. Except I was dying. I didn't know it at first. The chest pains started 3 months after we arrived. I ignored them. I was working 3 jobs, cleaning hotel rooms, washing dishes at a restaurant, doing overnight shifts at a warehouse. I sent Layla to school during the day. I survived on 4 hours of sleep. The pains were just stress, I told myself. Just adjustment. Just the weight of everything I'd lost manifesting physically. Then one Tuesday afternoon, I collapsed in the Hannaford grocery store parking lot. Layla was at school. I'd just finished my morning shift at the hotel. I was putting groceries in the trunk of our beat-up Honda when the world tilted. Pain exploded in my chest. I couldn't breathe, couldn't think, couldn't do anything except fall. Someone called 911. I woke up in an ambulance, a paramedic hovering over me. Ma'am, stay with me. We're almost there. You're having a cardiac event. Such clinical words for feeling like your heart is tearing itself apart. At the ER, everything was chaos. Doctors, nurses, machines beeping, someone asking about insurance. I have Maine care, I managed to say. Refugee medical assistance. Then she walked in. Dr. Mary Crowley. Tall, maybe 5'9", 48 years old, I'd learn later. Silver blonde hair pulled back in a neat ponytail. Sharp cheekbones. Eyes the color of the Atlantic Ocean on a cloudy day. She wore blue scrubs and a white coat, moved with quiet efficiency. I'm Dr. Crowley, Cardiology, she said, her voice calm but authoritative. You're in good hands. Let's figure out what's going on. What was going on was dilated cardiomyopathy. My heart muscle was weakened, enlarged, pumping blood inefficiently. It's serious, Dr. Crowley explained after the tests came back, but treatable. With medication, lifestyle changes, and careful monitoring, we can manage this. I don't have money for treatment, I said. The Maine care will cover it, and she paused. I'm going to put you on my personal patient list. You'll come see me weekly, no charge beyond what your insurance covers, which is nothing out of pocket for you. Why would you do that? Because that's what doctors do. But it wasn't just what doctors do. Over the following weeks, I'd learned that Dr. Mary Crowley went above and beyond for all her patients, but especially for me. The first few appointments were strictly medical. Blood pressure, EKG, medication adjustments. She asked about symptoms, about side effects, about my daily life. You're working 3 jobs, she said during our 3rd visit. With your condition? I have to. Rent, food, Layla's school supplies. You could kill yourself, Amara, literally. Your heart can't handle that level of stress. Then what should I do? We have to eat. She was quiet for a long moment. Then, I might know someone. At the hospital, in administration. They need someone bilingual for patient services, answering phones, helping immigrant patients navigate the system. It's 1 job, regular hours, better pay than 3 jobs combined. You would do that for me? Let me make a call. I got the job, $20 an hour, 40 hours a week, benefits, a real schedule that let me be there when Layla got home from school. Dr. Crowley, I couldn't think of her as Mary yet, had saved my life, again. The appointments continued, weekly check-ins that started lasting longer. 30 minutes became 45, 45 became an hour. We talked about more than my heart, about Syria, about Aleppo before the war, about Layla adjusting to American school, about my life. Your English has gotten so much better, she said one day. You've been practicing. Layla teaches me. She learns at school, comes home, makes me repeat words. That's beautiful. You're raising an amazing kid. I'm trying. It's hard without Karim. He was everything. Tell me about him. So I did. I told her about meeting Karim at university, about our tiny wedding, about the apartment we'd saved for, about his laugh, his kindness, how he died protecting us. Dr. Crowley listened, really listened, not the way people usually listen to refugee stories, with pity or discomfort. She listened like she actually cared. You're one of the strongest people I've ever met, she said when I finished. I don't feel strong. Strength isn't about not breaking. It's about continuing after you've been shattered. The shift happened gradually. So gradually I almost didn't notice. The way her hand would linger on my wrist when taking my pulse. The way her eyes would hold mine a second too long. The way she'd smile when I walked into her office. Not the professional doctor smile, but something warmer, personal. One evening after a late appointment, she offered to walk me to my car. It's dark, Portland's safe, but still. We walked through the parking garage, our footsteps echoing. Amara, can I ask you something personal? Yes. Do you have anyone? Dating, I mean. It's been 2 years since Karim. I stopped walking. No, I can't. I can't imagine. Because you're not ready? Or because you don't think you deserve to be happy again? The question hit me like a physical blow. I don't know. You deserve happiness. You know that, right? I looked at her, really looked at her. Do you have anyone? She laughed, bitter. No, I was married once. 20 years ago. He wanted children. I wanted my career. We wanted different futures. You never wanted children? I never wanted the life that was expected of me. Wife, mother, junior league, garden club. I wanted to be a doctor, to save lives, and that didn't fit the mold. I understand that. In Syria, there were expectations too. But Karim, he didn't care about expectations. He just wanted me to be happy. He sounds like he was a good man. He was. We stood there in the parking garage, something electric in the air. I should go, I said. Layla's with the babysitter. Of course, drive safely. But neither of us moved. Finally, Dr. Crowley stepped back. See you next week. The next week's appointment was different. She seemed nervous, distracted. Is everything okay? I asked. Your vitals are good, really good. The medication is working perfectly. That's good. Which means, medically, you don't need weekly appointments anymore. We could move to monthly. My stomach dropped. Oh, unless there were other reasons to meet weekly. She wasn't looking at me, was shuffling papers on her desk. What other reasons? Amara, I need to tell you something, and I need you to know that I've never done this before, in 20 years of practice. Never. My heart was pounding. The monitor on my wrist beeped. What is it? I think about you constantly. When you're not here. When you are here. I look forward to Thursdays, because that's when you come in. I find excuses to extend our appointments. And I know that's inappropriate. You're my patient. There's a power dynamic. I'm your doctor, and you depend on me. And this is exactly the kind of thing doctors are never, ever supposed to do. She finally looked at me. But I can't lie anymore. Not to myself, not to you. I have feelings for you, romantic feelings. And if that makes you uncomfortable, I'll transfer you to another cardiologist immediately. You'll get excellent care. Nothing will change except I won't be your doctor anymore. The room was silent, except for my heart monitor, beeping faster. Amara, please say something. I think about you too. Her eyes widened. You too? Every day. I tell myself it's just gratitude. Just, you saved my life. Of course I think about you. But it's not just that. It's, when I'm with you, I feel safe, seen, like I'm not just a refugee or a patient or a widow, like I'm just me. You are. God, Amara, you're so much more than any of those labels. But you said it yourself. The power dynamic. I depend on you for my health, for the job you helped me get. How can anything between us be equal? She nodded. You're right, which is why, if you want this, if you want to explore what this could be, I have to transfer you to another doctor, completely. I can't be your cardiologist anymore. And if I don't want to be transferred? Then we maintain our professional relationship, and I bury these feelings, and we never speak of this again. I stood up, walked to where she sat at her desk, looked down at her. Transfer me. Her breath caught. Are you sure? I'm sure. That's when she stood. When the distance between us disappeared. When her hand touched my face. I'm going to kiss you, she whispered. If that's okay. It's okay. The kiss was soft, tentative. Her lips on mine, gentle, tearful, like she was afraid I'd break. I kissed her back. Harder, deeper. Years of loneliness pouring into that moment. When we pulled apart, we were both shaking. Oh my God, she whispered. I know. I just kissed my patient. Former patient. You're transferring me, remember? She laughed, then sobered. Amara, we have to be careful. The hospital, the medical board. If anyone finds out before the transfer is complete. I understand. And you, your immigration status. If anyone accuses you of using me, they could deport me. Yes. The transfer took 2 weeks. Dr. Peterson was excellent, kind, professional, but he wasn't Mary. During those 2 weeks, Mary and I saw each other outside the hospital. Coffee at small cafes where no one knew us, walks in parks, long conversations about everything, about her difficult childhood in rural Maine, about my dreams before the war, about Layla, about what we wanted from life. I want you to meet her, I said one evening. Layla, are you sure? That's a big step. She's my daughter. If this is real, if we're really doing this, she needs to know. The introduction went better than I hoped. Mary brought books, asked Layla about school, listened to 7-year-old stories with genuine interest. When Layla fell asleep that night, she whispered to me, "I like her, Mama. She's nice. Not like the ladies from church who look at us funny." She is nice, isn't she? Are you going to marry her, like you married Baba? I don't know, sweetheart. It's okay if you do. Baba would want you to be happy, he told me. Before he died, he said, "Take care of Mama. Make sure she smiles." I hadn't known Karim had said that. The tears came fast. For 3 months, we were happy. Secret, but happy. Mary would come over after Layla was asleep. We'd talk, kiss, hold each other, plan a future. When Layla's older, Mary said, we could tell people, officially, live together, be a family. You'd want that? To be a stepmother? I'd want you. Layla comes with you. And honestly, I'm already halfway in love with her too. Then everything fell apart. A nurse at the hospital had seen us, at a restaurant, holding hands across the table. She recognized Mary, reported it to administration. Inappropriate relationship with former patient, possible ethics violation, medical board to investigate. The hospital called Mary in, asked questions. How long had I been her patient? When did the relationship start? Was there any overlap?
No overlap, Mary insisted. I transferred her care before anything personal began. But the feelings developed while she was your patient. Feelings aren't actions. I acted appropriately. I removed myself from her care the moment I recognized the conflict. Nevertheless, Dr. Crowley, this creates an appearance of impropriety, especially given that Ms. Al-Hassan is a refugee. Some might say she had ulterior motives. That's disgusting. But it will be investigated. They investigated me too. Immigration Services called. Ms. Al-Hassan, it's come to our attention that you're in a relationship with your former doctor. We need to verify that this relationship isn't transactional. Transactional? That you didn't pursue Dr. Crowley to secure your immigration status. I have permanent residency. I don't need. Permanent residency can be revoked if obtained through fraudulent means. I met Dr. Crowley after I already had residency. Nevertheless, we are investigating. For 6 months, our lives were hell. Mary under review by the medical board, me under immigration scrutiny. Layla confused why Mary stopped coming over. Did you fight, Mama? No, baby. It's complicated. Adult things. That's what you said about why we left Syria. Adult things. But I knew it was bad. I saw the bombs. She was too smart, too aware. The medical board's conclusion came first. Dr. Crowley technically violated no explicit rules. The transfer occurred before the relationship became physical. However, we strongly caution against similar situations. The power imbalance inherent in doctor-patient relationships creates ethical concerns, even after care transfer. 1-year probation, supervision required. Mary kept her license, barely. Immigration took longer. 8 months of interviews, of proving our relationship was real, of showing them photos, texts, witnesses who'd seen us together. Finally, after thorough investigation, we find no evidence of fraudulent intent. Ms. Al-Hassan's permanent residency status is confirmed. We survived, scarred, but together. Today, 3 years after that first collapse in the parking lot, I'm healthy. My heart condition is managed. Dr. Peterson still monitors me. Mary can't be my cardiologist anymore, but she's everything else. We live together. Mary, me, Layla, who calls her Mom Mary now, not to replace Karim, but because family isn't always blood. Do you regret it? I asked her once, risking everything. For you? Never. My American cardiologist saved my life twice, once when my heart was failing, once when my heart was empty. And the second time, that was the real miracle.